I love ya. Here we are. The power of you. Thank you so much for joining me on this day and this time. The power of you. Today we are at 12 o'clock. It's 12 o'clock now, so we will be doing our meditation for our community. I hope you have been able to do so. If not, join in. We said that we would be committed to doing at 12 o'clock for the next 21 days to just pray and commit to reconnecting ourselves to community, reconnecting ourselves to our family, reconnecting ourselves to some of the things that give us joy and that we want to bring more of it. So, as we begin, we want to take this moment. I guess I could wait for some other people to come on, and we will go into our meditation to begin. Mm. Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for joining us on our meditation hour at 12 o'clock. And this is in the spirit of peace, in the spirit of love, in the spirit of understanding of whatever it is that's going on in the world right now. We can be that difference. Let's connect and pray about this. Let me know if you can hear this. I was inspired to make this thumbs up if you can, as a way of sharing the power and the knowledge of Obatala, the father of all the Orisha. Obatala lives inside of each and every one of us. And so Obatala is the owner of all heads. Obatala is our ability to. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that we can hear you, and I'm trying to do this text stuff. So welcome everyone. I see Olivia is online, Ekale, Allison. I see Ajibike. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I didn't go on Instagram, but they'll know to come over to YouTube. So, and Facebook. Today is a great day, is an opportunity for us to come together and pray for the benefit of our community, the benefit of the world. And this is a time of Yemonja that we are connecting to all of the things that relate to our family, to our memories of things of our childhood, things that have brought us comfort and security, the foods that remind us of our mother's house, the food, the things that when you're shopping and you look at it and you don't cook it anymore, you look at it and say, wow, and it takes you there. These are the things that we're connected to, as well as also we have triggers that we're connected to that wake up certain things in our spirit and our minds and our bodies that are not soothing us at this time or any longer. So today, as we pray to Obatala, it's for Obatala to make sure make sure that Obatala is present in your life in bringing forth those things that are making you feel grounded. And so the topic today will be when you have outgrown your family or your family has outgrown you. That's the topic. Have you outgrown your family or has your family outgrown you? And so for now, we want to begin, since it's 12 o'clock, to do this prayer for Obatala. Epa Orisha, Orisha Epa. Epa Orisha, Orisha Epa. I was inspired. Just take yourself a nice deep breath. Music And breathe out. As a way of sharing the power and the knowledge of Obatala. And let's visualize ourselves. Visualize ourselves where we are sitting right now as a mountaintop. Feel the breeze that's passing through, and you're on this mountaintop. Feel yourself sitting there and looking down, and you can see down in the valley, the vastness of the valley, and you are at the top. Things may seem small, and right next to you may be a tree, could be a river, could be, I'm not a river, but could be a tree, could be the blue skies, could be fog that's coming in. So I want you to take this and just take your two breaths, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in again, one more time. Breathing out. Breathing in again, and then you will say ha at the end. Breathing in. Ha. Let it out. Feel connected, feel centered to Obatala. I was inspired to make this music as a way of sharing the power and the knowledge of Obatala, the father of all the Orisha. Obatala lives inside of each and every one of us, and so Obatala is the owner of all heads. Obatala is our ability to intuit, to download, and to connect to peace that everyone is seeking. Obatala is struggle and then peace, obstruction and clarity. The children of Obatala will face many adversities, because only through adversity you can appreciate peace and calm and love. No matter what Obatala goes through, as an entity, as an energy, as a force, it always realizes its power by remaining peaceful, by remaining clear, optimistic, and having hope. So Obatala is the energy that when you feel like you've hit rock bottom, Obatala got your back. When everything else seems dark or distant or disorganized, Obatala comes in and gives you clarity. It makes you say yes, yes, yes to life. So this music is an opportunity for you to look at the challenges that you may be going through or the things that you've gone through and recognize that it's all going to be fine. When you change your perception from being lost or victimized or being traumatized, when you change it to knowing that I am bigger than this, I am better than that, because I am not alone, then you know Obatala. Obatala is the energy that makes you know that your father is protecting you. Your mother is protecting you. And that's Obatala. The male energy, the female energy of peace, tranquility, and knowing that you have the power to be great. The energy of peace and the triumph over adversity. That's Obatala. When we get bombarded with the little trivial things, Obatala says, all of that you see down there is irrelevant. What you are seeing is what I see. So whenever you want to connect to Obatala, sit on a mountain, sit on a hill, sit somewhere that can give you perspective that at the end of the day, it's only peace and there's only love. Ashe. Ashe. Ashe, ashe, ashe. That's a powerful meditation. For those of you who are not familiar with the CD, that is my CD, Obatala. It's on Spotify. It's on my website. It's all on the music platforms. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So today, we are speaking from the Meaningful Monday book. And this is going to be one of the texts that I will be using from now on moving forward that will encourage us every Monday to use the reading in this book for every Monday and use the rituals, the ceremonies, the proverbs from the Bible, as well as the apateki or the odus from Ifa as a way of guiding us. We have a new cover for the Meaningful Monday. So if you go online to get it, it still has the old one, but when you receive it, you will get this. I ended up getting the going ahead and get it in book form because many people want the book. They've asked for it for years. For about 5 years, I stopped printing them. So now it's printed and you can write on it and do what it is and just carry it with you. So we are speaking about when you have outgrown your family or your family has outgrown you. Woo woo. During this time that we're speaking of connecting to our family, we're connecting to some of our family pathology, some of the things that we have in our life that are remnants or remainings from our family. Those are gifts. Those are gifts that we have. And so one of the I looked up the word pathology, and we're going to go through that and see what it is. That it says that according to the global perspective on community, it says that a family pathology is the extent to which maladaptive behaviors present amongst the family members in their interaction with each other, that is between spouse and between parents and children. So it is the extent which maladaptive, mal from the word malo or bad or negative, maladaptive behaviors present themselves amongst our family members. So there are things that we have that have caused us some maladjustments in some of the way that we look at life and our perspective. So today we're speaking on some of those family pathologies. One of the things that I'm so grateful that we have in the International Institute of African Studies and Knowledge, which is, I'm the director, is that we have self-empowerment intensive. The SEI is an opportunity for you to go in and see those family pathologies and look at them for what they are, place them, and then through ritual, you're able to cleanse from them. Very, very powerful program. And so for those of you that are interested in doing that, you can go on my website and find the information on that. But today we're speaking about, I'm speaking from the book, the Meaningful Monday books, on page 32. It says perfection. What is perfection? It is perfect. What is perfection? Is it perfect or complete? Is perfection when you reach your goal? Is it when you have the perfect job, mate, or life? Is perfection when you make the deal that gives you all that you want? Is perfection the perfect weight, height, eye color, or perfect car? At times, trying to reach perfection by focusing on the how, when, and where leads us nowhere. Perfection comes when we have stopped striving for it. So when we're looking for perfection, perfection is right there. Is the perfect moment to do something about what it is that you're seeking. So there's no over there or back there. So I'm sharing with you just as you know that in my book, my new book, The Living Shrine, I share so much about my life. In one of the, this one is not in the book. This is something else that I'm sharing with you. I had been praying for the day my family would realize how we rob each other of value by not communicating our true feelings. All of us, I thought, inherited the fear of confrontation, the fear of confrontation, familial timidity, or we're just emotional cowards. I prayed, meditated, fasted, received counsel, and gave it up to spirit. So I'd been going through something when I wrote this chapter on perfection that I just wanted to get to move from this thing. There are things in my mind and my mouth that wanted to say something but didn't have the words, because all of my life I've been in a place where, as a child, not all of my life, but as a child, I had to recover from understanding that my voice did count. And so in that moment, that's when I wrote this. I assumed that as the strong woman, mother, and daughter that I am, I would have to call a meeting for the perfect solution to me going back and forth, trying to figure out how is it that I would talk to my children about things that was going on in our family that was hurting me. Much to my surprise, relief, and joy, my middle child, this is the Omo Batala, called a meeting without my knowledge. So we had a family intervention. When I arrived at the meeting, I learned that my children had been praying, meditating, and receiving counsel themselves about the same issue. And so they spoke. They spoke to me as a voice of one, letting me know how much they loved me, how much they were concerned for my well-being, and that they were ready to break our legacy of familial timidity. Boop. Libation, meditation is your medication. So they had been doing their own work, and we came to that point. They sat me down. I remember I was in a restaurant and a little booth. They sat me down as both their mother and their child and settled my fears. It's some kind of thing to be a parent of an adult. And so for them to say, we need to talk. And I was like, oh God, this time I'm not the one that's saying I have to talk. And as a mother, I have to. No, they were grown people, married, having their own family. It was a perfect day. A day all of us came together for the good of all involved in a loving and complete way. A day when order, balance, and perfection were God's work. And a day when we broke a pattern, not only for ourselves, but for our future generations. So in it, I says, on this meaningful Monday, let's stop trying to find a perfect way of saying or doing something about your struggle. Meditate, fast, pray, get counsel, and give it up to spirit. So in this, we're saying that if you get to a point that you recognize your family pathology, which is maladaptive behavior that causes you to stay stuck, maybe you have outgrown your family. Maybe you've taken on another path. Maybe they've taken on another path. Maybe the way that you've been trying to, and sometimes we push and we want it to be like it used to be, and we want to go back to the path. That is not progress. That is not moving. So if you are in a place where you have outgrown your family, where when you come together with them, they're still judging you or coming to you from a perspective of who you were, and not able to see you where you are, and vice versa. If whenever you come together with your family, you feel like you have advanced and they're in the same place that they were, making the same mistake, making the same choices, making the thing coming up as they usually do, and it causes confrontations. During this all Yemonja time, expect confrontations to come, expect maladjustments to come. This is the time when we are able to say, okay, this is the Yemonja season. How can I speak your truth, but know that sometimes you have outgrown the old and it's time for you to move on. And it's not to separate yourself from your family. And sometimes you may need to do that. But if it's that you have a family that you are committed to, and that y'all have times that y'all are very nurturing to each other, this is a time for you to decide, okay, if I have outgrown them, then perhaps I need to look at them in a different way and give myself permission to do what is required for me. Maybe I need to take a step back and say, when they come into the room as who they are, my job is not to judge them and not to feel that they should be where you are. Like my children, they were able to tell me what it is that they were concerned with. And they were concerned that I was getting older and I did not have my paperwork, my legal, my banking, and all of that in place. And they were concerned about how was I going to live in the future with things just going, that I mean, just moving everywhere and not ordering my life when it comes to my finances and when it comes to the things of my health, when it came to things of finding out exactly my will, how would they be able to take care of my needs. I was like, whoa, that was big, because I wasn't thinking about it. And I just was feeling that what I was putting in place for myself was none of their business. But it was their business, because what a family is a unit that have known you years. They've seen you in all of your struggle and all of your progress and all of the things that you want to move forward. Even when you don't say it, they know something has shifted, something has changed. And so from a place of love, they came together and said, you know, we need to find out. They assumed that I didn't know. And that's what gave them the opportunity to take action. And they were coming from a place of love. And a place of love, sometimes the words may not come out lovingly. Sometimes the action may not be, but by all means, never do it in the midst of a confrontation and an argument. This is a time that I invite you to take the spirit of knowing that sometimes you outgrow the old, and it's time to move off and move on. And knowing that you are in a place, if you're listening to this, you are in a place that what brings you here is a commonality that we all have. The first and most important thing for us every day is our spiritual development. Every day we think about, how is it that spirit is working with me? Did I get a reading? Am I using some of the tools that Yeyefini has given on YouTube? Am I using the baths in her book? Am I using those? Let me get in, because I'm feeling like crap, or I'm feeling extra out of myself. Can I use this time to check myself? So all of us that are listening to this and will listen to it are here because of spirit. You're not here because we're getting ready to start banking. So we all have that common thing that's pulling us together. Everyone that's here came together because the spirit said, check this out today. And so if this is your first time, thank you for coming and following spirit. And these are some of you that are followers. Thank you for connecting to spirit and taking that time, that 30 minutes on Wednesday, to just tap into the power of you. You are the power to make the change in the world. You are the power that it takes to advance this world. And that's why from 12 o'clock for the next 21 days, we are where we started on Sunday, going for 21 days. We are going to use the power of us, the power of you. You are a powerful source. That when you have gotten to the point where things have, that you've shifted enough, you have not told yourself the truth enough, this is the time to be honest and say, okay, I require more and I deserve more. And so you take it upon yourself to speak your truth. Not to try to bring people into, like my children sat me down, but perhaps that would be a gift. But know that these people have changed, and so have you, because just as you see you've outgrown them, they have outgrown you. So vice versa. You're both looking at each other and saying, okay, what can we do to move forward? Right? And sometimes it takes more, 2 and 3 times, for the children to sit down with you, or for you to sit down with your grown children. So this is a time for us to know that when you outgrow family, and you feel that there's no way for you to ever connect to them because y'all are speaking in 2 different languages, create community. Embrace people who you have a commonality with. Like we are all here believing in spirit and Orisha and Ifa and moon, honoring the new moon and the sun and nature, looking at God in a different way sometimes from the norm of where we've been raised. Find your family. Find your spiritual family and your connection. And one of the ways that I found connection to spirit is through, as my new hash line is, libation. Learn how to pour libation to your ancestors. There's no magic formula in it, but it's a way of you centering yourself. You can go on YouTube and my on YouTube, I think it's connecting, demystifying ancestral reverence is the name of it. Or you can, there is yes, there are videos on it. You get the water and you pour it and you say fresh water, first fresh ground, fresh world, fresh head, touch your head. And you just call your ancestors or just call your head, the you, that when you say I'm talking to myself, that you pour libation, that you is alive and vibrant. And you pour that omi tutu, fresh water, house, fresh land. That's libation. And invoke your ancestors, invoke spirit to be present with you as you go on this journey of self-discovery and realigning yourself, knowing that when we realign ourselves, everything else takes care of itself. And then you do a meditation, libation and meditation. And you sit there and you start relaxing yourself as we did earlier with the meditation to Obatala. Just breathing in and have some music going, or if you have the discipline to do it without music, that's fine. But meditate on how you are going to go through this moment, this day, this situation. And breathing in and breathing out, you're slowing down your heart rate. And therefore, the Spirit of God is awakened in you because the physical part of you is lessened as a distraction. We teach a class on meditation that's on my website, yeyefini.com, that you can go on there and look for the meditation. Introduction to Meditation. It's part of the 7 classes for SEI. And then the last thing, recognizing that libation and meditation is your medication, is going to be the thing that's going to soothe you, that's going to help you, that's going to assist you, that's going to fix that particular situation. That's going to be the medicine for you to use to come out of that moment of feeling like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm going to get to say this. I was meditating and asking Spirit to show me how was I going to talk to my children, because there was a thing going on with us that we would speak, and when we were speaking, I'm like, I know that I need to talk some stuff to them about what's going on in their life. Not about what's in my life, because I figured it was none of their business. But they were thinking the same thing. We need to talk to her about what's in her business, what's in her life. So you see how both of us were asking for the same thing, and we were able to go. And after that conversation, we were able to open up better on a whole lot of levels. On a whole lot of levels of things, not only about what they thought I should be doing and could be doing, and that I would share with them what I did or did not do, and that I was grateful that they brought that into my attention. But other things started coming out. And I realized that the pattern that I have of shutting down, that I had of shutting down and avoidance. And that always comes up. Remember that while we are on this journey, our temptations, our weaknesses, our triggers are constantly there to remind us that we are not who we used to be. This meditation that we just did on the mountaintop, and we're going to do it again as we close out, is to remind us that every day we have an opportunity to get perfection, to have peace when we understand that it's all within us. We don't have to look for it. It's right here. It's right here. And in that moment when we choose to sit, to pour libation, welcome Spirit into the space, meditate, slow down your heart rate, visualize yourself on a mountaintop. Visualize yourself speaking with your children. Visualize yourself speaking with your partner, with your mate. That's going to be the medication. That's going to be the thing to heal us. So as we put the meditation back on, we want you to recognize and to feel and to know that you have the power. The power of you is to change everything around you when you understand that there's medicine, there's medication for you to use, which is libation and meditation. Know that Obatala knows everything. He just watches us, and she and he, because they're both male and female, just play chess with us. Like when you're playing chess, and we think we're moving here and it's not there. That's not the mark. That's not the place. So let's continue this week at 12 o'clock to pray for coming together as individuals, and also connecting to our community. Because when we are healed, the world is healed. And so today, whatever you're going through, release it right now, knowing that if you have outgrown your family or they have outgrown you, you have an opportunity to take responsibility, to find peace any way that you can. Find a community, find people, find your own relatives that will support you if they know that you're doing something different. They may be interested. My book, The Living Shrine, is an easy book for us to use for it's an easy book to read, but it's also an easy book to understand some of the things in Ifa Yoruba tradition. It's a very easy book the way that we wrote it. And so, as a matter of fact, a friend of mine said that she had a retreat. I was shocked. I didn't even know that. Look at God working. And she bought 15 books, and this was the text of the retreat. The book has been out 30 days. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? God is good. Someone told me yesterday that I know that, yeah, you are surrounded by people who love you. Remember that. Remember that. So that was an affirmation that made manifest. So thank you for y'all sharing the book, having uh, workshops around the books, because there are things coming surrounding this book. Y'all know I'm always connecting the dots to something bigger, so stay tuned. So if you want to get the book with my signature in it, you can get it off my website, or you can go uh, on Amazon and get it. Or there's some bookstores. There 256 Healing Center in Brooklyn sells the books as well, and there's a bookstore in Palm Beach that's carrying them to Baba Akbar is carrying the books as well. So may in your neighborhood, if you're interested in that and you have a bookstore that's there that you know would be interested in it, just let me know and we can ship them out the books. So thank you so much, and we're going to put on Obatala as we go back, and to finish off our meditation to Obatala and go into a sense of knowing that if you have outgrown old patterns, it's like you outgrown old shoes. You don't have to curse them. You just find somebody else that can use them. You know, you don't have to give away your old clothes and say, "Oh, I'm this whole thing. I don't want it no more." No, if it's still good, you can pass it on. Pass it on. So I want us to take that opportunity now to just connect. I was inspired to make this whatever it is that you're going through right now. Know that Obatala got your back, and you have the power of you to move, to choose what it is that makes sense to you. Obatala lives inside of each and every one of us. And so Obatala is the owner of all heads. Obatala is our ability to intuit, to download, and to connect to peace that everyone is seeking. Obatala is struggle and then peace, obstruction and clarity. The children of Obatala will face many adversities, because only through adversity you can appreciate peace and calm and love. No matter what Obatala goes through, as an entity, as an energy, as a force. It always realizes its power by remaining peaceful, by remaining clear, optimistic, and having hope. So Obatala is the energy that when you feel like you've hit rock bottom, Obatala got your back. When everything else seems dark or distant or disorganized, Obatala comes in and gives you clarity. It makes you say yes, yes, yes to life. So this music is an opportunity for you to look at the challenges that you may be going through or the things that you've gone through and recognize that it's all going to be fine. When you change your perception from being lost or victimized or being traumatized, when you change that to knowing that I am bigger than this, I am better than that because I am not alone, then you know Obatala. Obatala is an energy that makes you know that your father is protecting you. Your mother is protecting you. And that's Obatala. The male energy, the female energy of peace, tranquility, and knowing that you have the power to be great. The energy of peace and the triumph over adversity. That's Obatala. When we get bombarded with the little trivial things, Obatala says, all of that you see down there is irrelevant. What you are seeing is what I see. So whenever you want to connect to Obatala, sit on a mountain, sit on a hill, sit somewhere that can give you perspective that at the end of the day, it's only peace and there's only love. Ashe. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Ashe. And I just want to say that every day there is a struggle to find Obatala because it's like energy that's shifting us, that's creating motion. So things have to rub against each other. Every day I have to remind myself, or situation present themselves, or someone may say, it's going to be okay. Yeah. It's going to be, to remind me. I don't give up, but every day is an opportunity for you to know that all of this that's going on around you is not real, and to get centered and get focused. So you never get to the point, I don't think, that it's just perfection and you're not aha, because when you get there, then you're going to be an elevated soul and you leave this flesh. Because as long as you have flesh, you're going to have those things. It's the constant battle between flesh and spirit. So I'm far from perfect, trust me. I'm far from perfection, as this chapter is called. Every day is a struggle for me to be and to represent those things that I know that's my highest and best good. Some days it may be just a struggle to get up and decide that that's what I'm going to do. And some days just a day that is easier, and depending on what it is that I'm using to remind me to get back to that, be it a head feeding, be it a bath, be just someone to remind me that it's going to be fine. So you never come out of that. Maybe there are people that, that have come to nirvana. I don't know that yet. I'm still in a place of recognizing every day that I am faced with being honest and real with myself as to who I know myself to be. So thank you, everyone. Someone asked about the bookstore. God have mercy, what's this name again? Oh, God. Oh, I'll put it back in the in the chat. It's Baba Akbar. He used to have a bookstore in Palm Beach, but now it's online. Something books. Ooh, it's slipping my memory right now. I can't think of it, but I have it in my phone. It's but anyway, it's Baba Akbar. And so for those of you who are in Florida, I'm going to be doing a book signing on the 22nd, no, on the 21st of March. I will be there at the House of Kuumba. We will be there outside. So come bring your book, buy your book on Amazon and bring it for me to sign it. If you already have it, bring it. Or if you want, I'm going to be having a few there, but most of it is going to be just signing the book and giving a little chat about the book and that. So thank you very much. And look for me in your community. Let me know if you want me to come to your neighborhood in the bookstores or in your little group like the Sister Hat. Can you imagine all these people to use the book as an inspiration? God is good. Thank you. Y'all have a wonderful day and get back to work because y'all got to pay these bills. You have a blessed day.